Hello everyone. Thank you for coming today. I'm Manshu from BSP. I'm a media techie, and thanks for joining today. We will be conducting your interview.
Hello, I am Hardik, BSP Media Techie. We'll start by your introductions. So, please introduce yourself.
Okay, so I am Nimish. I am currently General Secretary in BHM. I have been part of BHM for 3 years now. Like I was first representative from Aravali Hostel, then I became BHM Secretary, and now I am General Secretary. I have been part of other boards as well. I have been part of Enactors. I have done some drama in my first and second year. Yeah, that's it.
Hello everyone. So I'm Vanshita. I'm currently the Deputy General Secretary of Mess Affairs, and talking about how many years I've been part of this board. So this is my third board. Third board. First being the mess committee of my hostel, the member of it. The second one being the mess techie of Himadri Hostel, and now I am the Deputy General of it. So regarding other boards in which I have been part of it, as Nimi said, I was also the part of Enactors. I have been part of DEB for some time in my first year. So this was all from my side.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Myself, Hardik Kumar, and I am currently the Deputy General Secretary of Maintenance Affairs. So, from my past contribution, I was the part of MENT committee member, and then I became the MENT secretary of Jalamukhi Hostel, and then I'm currently the Deputy General Secretary. In other boards, I have been a part of Chemical Engineering Society as I have served executive and coordinator from past 2 years, and I have also been the part of Accelerator Club.
So before we dive into questions, I would like to know like what was your motivation for becoming a general secretary or a deputy general secretary? Like what were some most critical points which you wanted to take some action? We would like to start from you, sir.
Okay, so like as I mentioned, this is my third year in my board. So starting with my first year when I was representative, at that time General Secretary was Sarthak sir, if you would have known him. So he was kind of a motivation for him to continue in the BHM. As I mentioned, I was part of an actors. I had done some drama, but BHM in particular, like I got involved in a project with him regarding outlets. So if you had seen Navedyam, that was particularly our project. Me along with some other representatives, we had approached some outlets like Navedyam, Kakedi Hatti, and two, three more outlets we had approached, and we had gotten ICH removed from there, and we then got Navedyam there. So yeah, so this was the first project I was involved, and I had done some marketing also in Rendezvous, so I had some experience how to contract these vendors, how to do this, how to handle the entire process. So this was the kind of starting for me in BHM. So then I got some support from different parties, and like as I mentioned, Sarthak sir, I became secretary. Then I got involved in more projects regarding maintenance and mess affairs. There were some good projects in my second year also. And then coming to the part of general secretary, so my entire SOP was based on the experiences which I had in my second and third year. I had seen enough things which had been tried but couldn't be fulfilled, or had been passed in BHM, but then also they weren't done till now. So I tried that if only those things which I have seen through my eyes, and I know that these can be done if done through proper routes. So I tried to build my SOP on that terms only, and also like regarding support, again got some support regarding this general secretary thing. So yeah, that was the proper motivation for me to become general secretary.
So, as I mentioned, I was the maintenance secretary. So the journey started from there. My hostel was Joramukhi, so that has major several infrastructure issues and building and that's all. So then I contacted there was Saurisher, who was the current past deputy secretary maintenance affairs. I got up with him, and basically I got to know how the things are being done in infrastructure issues and ventilator issues, like meeting with the institute engineer, executive engineers, and having meets with the infra, and getting the things resolved, like how to get the thing infra thing done things, because it takes time, like about 2 3 months getting the agenda ready and getting a tender passed and getting all the like loopholes, and getting all the points. So from there I got the motivation to do these things, and meeting with different peoples like engineers who work on the field, like real work. And so I got the main motivation from there, and as Nimish said, like from party support, and that's also I became the deputy secretary. And now also I am basically working on more agendas of infrastructure and maintenance issues. We have framed all the agendas, and from the past experience I got to know that what are the main problems that were remaining in my previous tenure. So I am ready to take all this in the next in the this tenure also.
Also, before that, I mentioned the name of only Sarthak sir, but yeah, there were other people involved. I do not mean to disrespect them, but yeah, like Shaurya sir obviously was my secretary, and then he became deputy general secretary. Rishikesh sir, Somak sir. There were a lot of people involved apart from BHM as well.
So, if I talk about the motivation of being the deputy general mess affairs, was I wanted to improve the mess experience of like the residents eating there in the messes. So, if you see one thing about the board for hostel management, this board directly or indirectly affects everyone in the campus. So, seeing the impact, like anything being done here, like obviously the past 2 years were there to give me the perspective of how much this board can create an impact of a life of a resident or even a day scholar here. So that somewhere motivated me to continue working for this board. And if I talk about the past experience, like something which is common between two of us is the same senior through which I was also inspired. So I remember meeting Sarthak sir through some house seki meet, and there I got introduced by the like what being Meseki means. So there were a lot of things, lot of perspectives he shared that day, and that helped me know how much impact a Meseki, like the bills which are getting produced per day for a person, directly depends on the decisions a Meseki takes. He's like the finance minister of his hostel. So a lot of things comes along with it. The post itself felt a good place to learn a lot of things, good place to do a lot of things, take some initiatives. Rishikesh sir, he was a past deputy general mess affairs. He took a lot of projects, lot of initiatives from his side that give me more better idea about what this position could offer in terms of learning as well as in terms of impact. So somewhere when I was electing for it, all these things were the motivation. Apart from that, in our first year, our batch lived in Sayadri. So we were cut it down from senior interaction because we didn't have any seniors there. So one more motivation of being something in such leadership roles was that I wanted to uh, better my hostel culture in terms of senior junior interaction. I wanted to be that senior jahan par the juniors feel very comfortable approaching them. So that was also one of the motivations. So Nimish took one initiative recently, which was freshers introduction night. So we realized कि सबसे कम जो interaction होता है वो fourth year और first year का ही होता है. मतलब it becomes very late जब उनको realize होता है अच्छा ये हमारे fourth year के seniors हैं. So that was something which was a part of BHM initiative. And looking at that, it feels like there, like whatever the motivation was, it was correct enough कि जो सोचा था वो काफ़ी हद तक हो भी पाता है इस वाले बोर्ड में. वी saw that in the previous years and we are like being part of it in the implementation process. So that's
So yeah, talking about SOPs. So how would you take accountability for any delays? Like you have passionately discussed about BHM app. So can you tell us about development process and where is BHM app portal? Like many of us are still don't aware of.
So I can share the first MVP with you if you want. If you want to see, it is almost ready. It's just that we are facing some issues regarding the app. For example, uh, most of the apps which are currently operational in the entire campus are just involving students. but our app would include a significant part of admin as well. So we need to get things done in a way that admin are also able to understand that and also able to implement those things which we are demanding from them. For example, if there is a complaint, then if this complaint is sent to caretaker, so he should be responsible for that. So we are figuring out the way that admin can handle these things in a way that we want and without much problematic things which we think can happen. And we are also facing some technical difficulties. For example, we had uploaded this app earlier on Play Store, but right now we are facing some issues regarding the iOS thing. So we'll figure these things out, and most probably in by the next semester we would launch it. Like we had planned to launch it in our first general body meeting as uh, only, but it got delayed due to these certain issues. Yeah.
Also, you asked for accountability. I think the main purpose of BHM app is not accountability. Is we feel कि काफी लोग in system are accountable for if you go to someone and ask something to them, they will give you some answer. Our main purpose is to increase the transparency of the all the processes which goes. So that suppose if I face any problem today, I can at least see कि okay, this is where my problem is getting stuck, and see okay, these are the people who are involved in it and they are taking these steps from their end. Because sometimes like we suppose we also suggest something like you can do this, you can do that, but in the operational part things get a little hard to solve, things get a little delayed. So it is for that person who's putting a complaint to see where his process, where his complaint has gone to and who is solving it right now.
Also, like it is very easy to post a complaint on Reddit and say that it is not being resolved, but you need to follow a proper hierarchy. For example, if there's a complaint regarding mess, so first you will tell your mess secretary, then there would be mess manager. If the problem is not being solved at the mess manager level, then there is warden, then there is ADHM, then there is DOSA. So there's a proper hierarchy which need to be maintained. So to get all these people on the app, so it takes some time, I feel. Also, we didn't have any hard deadline, but we wanted to launch this semester only. But yeah, so there are some delays on our end, but yeah, we had never declared this that we would be launching it right now, like in the timeline which we had mentioned.
So, since you discussed about including wardens and other hostel level stakeholders in BHM app, so I would like to know how do you guys conduct and then coordinate with different stakeholders at hostel level, like reps. There are multiple clashes between them. SEC is at hostel level. So how do you guys coordinate at hostel levels?
So first, you need to understand the proper structure of BHM for that. So there is first students, then there is hostel administration, then there is uh, institute administration is already there. Like hostel administration also include two parts: student representative as well as admin representatives. And in institute representatives also there are two parts: admin and students. So if there is a problem, first we try to handle it at the hostel level only, either through students, uh, whether it may be house secretary, or if it is a mess specific problem, then maybe mess secretary. If it is a main specific problem, then it might be resolved by maintenance secretary. And if it is not being resolved by these student representatives, then they may coordinate with their wardens or caretakers or mess managers. And if there is an issue which is not being resolved at the hostel level itself, or if there is an issue which is persistent in all the hostels, then the issue becomes an institute wide issue. So then we try to find a solution for that problem through institute meetings or institute committees which are formed. If I have to give any example for that, so one interesting topic could be outsourcing. So right now you might have seen that outsourcing has been stopped in hostels. So now it has become an institute-wide issue. So we are finding the solution for it on an institute level. So in such a way that outsourcing is possible, and there would be someone who would be responsible to handle if there's a miscrisis or mishandling again. So yeah, so like these are policy which are formed at the central level, then are implemented at the hostel level, and if they face any issue, then they again reach out to the central level.
So, talking about outsourced food, can't we just train our mess staff for this to prepare sweets like jalebis as it is discontinued? So, what's your take?
How many things do you think can be prepared inside mess?
I think sweets like jalebis and particularly samosas in evening snacks, these can be prepared, no?
And you want samosa only in evening snacks or in dinner also?
Uh, Basically,
So
man,
very two items. Like prepare an entire wish list of yours.
rasmalai,
You think
gulab
rasmalai can be
jamun,
prepared inside mess?
yes,
And apart from that,
gulab jamuns, jalebis, and okay, just talk about these three things.
like we also believe that these things should be prepared inside the messes, but yeah, there are certain operational issues which we are facing. Like we have been pushing for this for past many years. We have been pushing hard for this from last year itself, but yeah, there are certain issues which we are facing in this process. For example, first thing is the space which we have, the staff which we have. There are, for example, 18 staff to prepare the dinner and serve the dinner and handle all the operations. So they might not get enough time to prepare jalebi or rasgulla inside mess. And suppose we provide two extra staff to prepare these things, then these things are getting prepared only 2 to 3 times a week. So what would be the use for these 2 3 staffs in rest other days? So we are trying to figure out some way if it is possible to prepare these things inside mess only. We also want, like, I am in full support of this, that these things should get prepared. And apart from that, I think training part is a bit difficult because we had tried, but uh, for example, the quality which we were thinking or the taste which we were thinking that we would be able to achieve, we didn't achieve it the way we had planned. So we were thinking of a separate model for this. Like if you are going into outsourcing, I can list out some of the things. We had done one meeting day before yesterday and today itself. So it is a hot topic for the institute right now. We had thought of three programs or three things which we can continue the outsourcing. First is the we plan the things which we can prepare inside our mess only. So there are certain things which are getting prepared. For example, halwa and kheer. Uh, in some hostels, shai tukra is also being prepared. So these are the things which can be prepared without training the staff. Then there can be things like which can be prepared by getting a separate worker to make only these things on separate days. For example, in 2 weeks a day, a worker would come and prepare these things. So this is a separate model, and we would try to build these things inside mess or the outsource items which we take from outsource to which we take from outsource vendors inside mess. And there is a third model which is taking the outsource item prepared from an outsourced vendor itself. So we have also defined certain policies which we think can help us to regulate the outsource item. For example, some of the things which I can share, we have decided today itself. That is, we would be keeping our food sample for 3 days. We would be taking the food from only that vendor who would be assuring us that this food is not perishable till 3 days and would be providing a date on which it was manufactured, would be providing us a date till it is valid, would be providing a proper license that he has FSSAI guidelines he is following, and all those SOP which we have decided.
So, outsource food. I can ask you about the litti choka incident, which was just in the starting of your tenure. So, can you tell us what were the where did the system lag behind?
Okay, so it is not a litti choka incident. If to name it, it is a Zanskar food poisoning incident. So one thing, there was an issue in litti choka. There was not an issue in litti choka. It was the issue in the chutney which was served along with litti choka. So it was outsourced from a vendor. Since then, the outsourcing has been stopped, if you had seen. And there was one more issue which was identified later on. That was that there was some contamination found in the hand washing water inside the mess. So these were the two issues which were identified. You want any more information on that? Like if you want, I can provide. I have provided information on the outsourcing items. And the other part, that is the water contamination thing. So we have taken some initiative regarding that also. We have formed a committee. Specifically, Dean Infra is involved in this. Earlier, we had tried to do this through BHM also. That we would be now taking tests, water tests, yeah, water quality test, and taking samples from all the hostel of all the drinking and non-drinking water, and then we would be conducting lab tests for these water samples. For example, these lab tests would see the microbial testing, hard water testing, and all those things which were not done till now.
So yeah, moving towards next question. As mentioned in BHM manual, many hostels have to tick entries, in and out entries from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. But as we seen, only girls hostels, in only girls hostel this rule is applied or being followed. And also, this is a tradition for Kailash VR to make entries at Gardas to enter. Is there any rule in BHM manual? Just
First of all, the BHM manual has not been approved yet. Where did you find the BHM manual? Okay, so your source is not specifically right. We have made some changes, and those changes have not been approved by the admin yet. So we want admin to approve those changes. We want admin to approve our manual. So it is taking some time. And apart from that, what was your question specifically?
It is mostly about inter-hostel movements.
Okay.
Like there are a lot of issues with guards create. Like are they given some specific set of rules, or like they are making up sometimes? Sometimes they hinder. Like you cannot go to VR. I think some hostels have started 24/7 inter-hostel movement in VR.
Okay, so talking specifically about the inter-hostel movement, so it is a hot topic. We had taken this in our general body meeting last time. Before that, it was taken up in SAG general body meeting. It is again taken up in this general body meeting. We have formulated certain policies. Like in this SAG general body, we have now decided that entry to girls would be allowed in all the common spaces wherein the guard can regulate through CCTVs. So yeah, we are taking initiatives in these areas as well. And regarding the entry, I think there was issue in only one of the hostels, and the warden also got changed there. So I had personally not received any complaint. I had listened. I had known that this issue was rising in one of the girls' hostel. But apart from that, I don't think so. There's issue in any other hostel, which I feel, and the issue is now resolved in girls' hostel as well.
as ma'am mentioned earlier, she was mess committee member. So, being a mess committee member, I would like to ask about the transparency of mess bills between mess sec and mess manager.
So, I can tell this is being a Meseki also. So, what I used to do, firstly, there were bills which I needed to sign. So, before signing any bill, I used to ask that what product, like on what day did it came, what was the purpose. Like sometimes it is the general regular menu on which it used to come. Sometimes it was also on the special occasions which I might have forgot. So, everything I used to sign, I used to ask about that. Secondly, there is something called Anxiolite of a hostel. So that is easily like accessible to all messekis if they can ask their mess manager to provide that. That can show the exact component of where your mess bill goes to. So if we talk about a mess bill which we pay, it not always. So we think it as it is a mess bill. So everything we eat in mess, everything which is associated with mess comes under it. But it also includes the maintenance part of it. So suppose if there is any plumber or something, some maintenance issues in your hostel, that also comes under it. So a student pays all the amount he takes facilities of in his hostel in that mess bill. So if a mess seki, the normal procedure is that the mess seki has to ask the mess manager to provide the details of the money which is going from the pockets of the residents, and can see, he can also compare where exactly there has been a rise in comparison to of other hostel. So I know, just by looking at the Angelites, I got to know that one of the girls hostel has 10 times more newspaper expense than other hostel. So we asked the house secretary to look into it. What are the reasons for it? We got to know the reasons, but we also asked to reduce it from there so that the overall cost could be get lessened from the resident's head. So I guess that clears your question. That yes, the process is that the mess secretary can ask the mess manager, and if not that, they can also go to the hostel accounts section. So where they can get the annualites of their hostels.
Also, if you want transparency, I can give you some data. So you would have seen that there is a cost of around 150 rupees which you pay for per day. So there are two components in a mess bill. There's a fixed component that is around 9,700 rupees for approximately 135 days in a semester. And apart from that, there is your particular mess bills of your hostel that is calculated only for your hostel. So it is approximately 150. So it lies in a range of 140 to 170 depending on your hostel. It includes all the components, for example, the raw materials, the labor cost, the cultural equipments, the sports equipments which your hostel has occupied in a semester or maybe for an year. So these are the components which are part of this your daily mess bill.
So currently, many night messes increase their prices, like Kailash and Shivalik, particularly. So without any prior notice. So what your take?
Okay, so in the month of June, we worked on something called the master menu. So we were also seeing that there are some discrepancies as well as inconsistency in the rates of items provided in the night messes as well as juice shops. So if you see somewhere a 30 rupee glass could have some another quantity, and in some other hostel it could be different. So to deal with it, we made one master menu, which is we listed down all the items which are getting served in night messes as well as juice shops, and we saw the market rates of those items, and then we made the existing list and the proposed list. So from the night messes as well as the juice shops, we were getting complaint of the price rise which was happening in the market, and from the student side we were getting complaints of more than charging something which were not easy for them. So we find out some metric. We made a metric. Like mess managers were also involved in it. We made a list of it, and then we have notified all the caretakers of all the hostels to ensure that they are being implemented in all the night messes as well as the juice shops.
And if you think that that menu is not being followed, then you can complain. Yeah. So I'll share you the master menu.
Even the house working committee is given enough power to go and inspect the night messes or the juice shops any time of the day. So they can also raise any issue through the warden to the admin if they really feel that the quality is not up to the mark or the prices is more than the list being provided to them.
So it's an exhaustive kind of master menu which has all the rates according to the quantity. So like the purpose of this master menu is to ensure that there are no inconsistencies among the prices of all the necklaces. And if you think that there are inconsistencies, then you complain about it.
Okay, so regarding complaints, like what is the portal where anyone can lodge their complaints?
Mail.
Okay. So
So BHM app is being made to facilitate it. But meanwhile, mail is always open. Like you can complain if you feel it is a hostel level problem, you can complain it to your caretaker. That caretaker can take it to warden's level if he feels that it should be seen by the warden, and the warden or the any secretary could mail it to the higher authorities if they feel they require any like higher level action on it.
Yeah. Everything except Reddit.
So रिसेंटली मानसून में शिवालिक में कुकिंग एरिया में किचन में पानी भर गया था उसके लिए मेंटेनेंस ने या फिर मेस ने क्या किया और ये रेगुलरली मेस में ही नहीं रूम्स में भी पानी भर जाता है
इस पे मतलब लाइक आई हैड टॉक विद इंफ्रा अबाउट दिस इशू लाइक बहुत जगह पे ऐसा हुआ था सीपीएच की भी प्रॉब्लम हुई थी ग्राउंड्स में भी मतलब जो अंडरग्राउंड्स वहाँ भी हुआ था तो लाइक इंफ्रा सेड दैट लाइक दे हैव अ टीम जो पहुँच जाती है टाइम मतलब थोड़ा टाइम लगता है लेकिन पहुँच जाती है सो I asked them to increase the manpower so that the issue is resolved, like current जैसे ही हुआ वैसे ही खत्म हो जाए. तो I also talk with the engineers and that, so like they are trying to like get more people on the board. So I also visit the sites like on the monsoon season जहाँ पानी भर जाता है बहुत जगह पे. तो we are working on that report also.
Also, I would like to throw some light on the structure of BHM. So जो infra related वाले issues होते हैं वो directly BHM के अंदर नहीं आते हैं. So we report to ADHM, who is our board president, and there is one separate body in admin, that is infra cell. उनकी कोई student body नहीं होती, इसलिए we interact with them. And you need to understand that these hostels were made 60 years ago. So there are certain infra-related issues, and which we are definitely not denying. Obviously, we need to work upon that, and so actions are being taken. For example, if you had seen that जो राजधानी वाला एरिया है, so वहाँ पे काफी water accumulate हो जाता है. So we had raised this issue in our last infracell meeting. Infracell is there's one committee which we have with Deep Infra, जहाँ पे हम अपने हॉस्टल के इंफ्रा वाले सारे इश्यूज उनके सामने रेस करते हैं. तो they told us that they are in contract with a private body to figure out कि if they can increase the groundwater seepage, and we can figure out the ways through which the overall infra of the entire institute, including the hostels, can be sorted in a way that water doesn't get accumulated in our campus. So they are taking some initiatives, but obviously it would take some time. Oh, and if you would have seen, so there were lesser number of incidents compared to last year. Last year, so laboratory series बह गई थी.
I have like one more hot topic, which is like veg and non-veg food in messes. So some hostels, like some people think there should be different tables for veg, like different cutlery, and some messes are like quite short to prepare non-veg in them. So what's your take on this, and how are you trying to resolve this issue?
I think एक proper balance होना चाहिए हर चीज का. Like you don't hurt the sentiments of any one group, and you take a decision in which majority of the people are satisfied. Obviously there would be incidents जहाँ पे कुछ लोग कंप्लेंट्स करेंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल हो सकता है कोई बंदा प्योर वेजिटेरियन हो तो बोले कि भाई मेस में नॉन वेज कैसे मिल रहा है, या कोई बंदा बोल सकता है कि मेरे को तो हर दिन नॉन वेज खाना है, तुम हर दिन रखो, हर चीज़ में रखो. सो इन सच काइंड ऑफ इवेंट्स वी ट्राई कि हम कुछ इंस्टीट्यूट के लिए कुछ ऐसे फॉलो ना करें. बट फॉर एग्जांपल हो सकता है काराकोरम में मेजोरिटी ऐसे हों कि उन्हें नवरात्रों में चिकन नहीं खाना, और एक हॉस्टल में ऐसे हो सकते हैं कि उन्हें खाना ही खाना है, मेजोरिटी कह रहे हैं. तो इतना वी लीव इट टू मेस सेक्रेटरी कि वो डिसाइड कर सके कि क्या लेना है. एंड रिगार्डिंग द प्लेट्स एंड ऑल दोज थिंग्स, सो वी हैव प्रोवाइडेड कटलरी टू ऑल द हॉस्टल्स. They are separate utensils to make non-veg, and some of the hostels have also implemented that they would be keeping separate seating, like they would be keeping approximately 25 to 30 seats for only vegetarians, and rest all the seats anyone can sit upon that, whether non-vegetarian or vegetarian.
So talking about Navratri, under like in such occasions, mostly admin doesn't take any action. What they do is they give enough power to the mess committee to decide whether they want to keep it inside their mess or not. So it is completely on the mess committee of that hostel what they want to do during that period.
So there's a major issue like pay per meal वाला. उस पे I think कुछ होना चाहिए. Usually we don't eat all the whole month. We don't eat all the meals, but we are paying for all of them. Is there something going on about that?
Yeah, there are a lot of things going about that, but you need to understand कि वो इतनी जल्दी possible नहीं है जितनी जल्दी तुम expect कर रहे हो कि मैं बोलूँ कल से paper mill कर दूँ. नहीं, possible नहीं है. Like there are phases for that. Currently we are in phase 0 for that. अभी हमने, if you had seen, biometric attendance start कर दिया in certain hostels. So which is the step 1, जहाँ पे अब हमें एटलीस्ट डेटा मिलेगा कि एक हॉस्टल में फॉर एग्जांपल वेंसडे को कितने लोग खाना खा रहे हैं. टेक अ पर्टिकुलर एग्जांपल, वेंसडे को कड़ी बन रही है, ठीक है. अब कड़ी में कितने लोग आ रहे हैं. अब वेंसडे को अगर राजमा बन रहे हैं तो कितने लोग आ रहे हैं. वेंसडे अगर हॉलीडेज में तो कितने लोग आ रहे हैं, और वेंसडे अगर वर्किंग है तो कितने लोग आ रहे हैं. तो यू नीड टू एनालाइज अ लॉट ऑफ डेटा फॉर दैट, क्योंकि अब समझो हमने कर दिया इम्प्लीमेंट और हमने बना दिया 400 लोगों का खाना. IMS में 250 लोग, तो जो 150 लोगों का खाना वेस्ट हुआ, उनकी कॉस्ट तो उन 250 लोगों पे ही चढ़ जाएगी ना। तो तुम्हारा पर डे का कॉस्ट एकदम बहुत इंक्रीज हो जाएगा। वर्कर्स आए थे 400 लोगों के हिसाब से बना खाना, अगर अब डिसाइड हुआ कि एक दिन पहले कि 250 का ही बनाना है, तो वर्कर्स को भी उस हिसाब से बुलाना पड़ेगा। अभी हमारे कॉन्ट्रेक्चुअल वर्कर्स हैं, परमानेंट वर्कर्स हैं, तो उन्हें एकदम निकाल भी नहीं सकते हैं। तो लाइक there are many optimization which are required in the process, but also I am in full support कि होना चाहिए पेपर मिल मॉडल। डिफरेंट जगह डिफरेंट कॉलेजेस में चल रहा है, इफ यू हैव सीन IIT कानपुर में आई गेस चल रहा है, बट उनके यहाँ लाइक ऐसे है कि 2-3 हॉस्टल्स कंबाइन करके एक आध में से, तो अब वो 10-12 नंबर, जैसे 100 लोग अगर खा रहे हैं तो 10-12 का नंबर बहुत हाई है, पर अगर 1000 लोग खा रहे हैं और उसमें से 10-12 ऊपर नीचे हो रहे हैं तो इतना मैनेज हो सकता है। बट अब हमारी मैसेज कुछ 250 लोगों की हैं, कुछ 300 लोगों की हैं, कुछ 500 की भी हैं, तो वहाँ पे पहले पूरा ऑप्टिमाइजेशन करना पड़ेगा, पूरा रूट बनाना पड़ेगा, देन आई थिंक इट माइट बी पॉसिबल। जो हमने इनिशिएट करा शायद अगर वो आगे वाले रिसर्च अगर कंटिन्यू करे तो पॉसिबल है, वरना फिर से तुम मिड टर्म रिव्यू कर रहे होगे, पूछ रहे होगे।
I would like to know कि how often infrastructure inspections happen, and are there reports publicly released? Where are they?
Yeah, there are a lot of things in infrastructure, तो particular तुम बताओ क्या
Usually, like public area infrastructure, like falling of roofs was an incident back last year in Windy. Yeah.
I also work on one incident. मैं बताता हूँ क्या हुआ था। So जैसे तुमने बताया कि लास्ट ईयर विंडी में हुआ था, ज्वाला में भी हुआ था, मल्टीपल हॉस्टल्स वर देयर। So for that we raised a request to the Dean Infra, and like a new tender was proposed. So on that the tender was for 6 months, and the immediate action was taken on Vindhyachal. Like काम शुरू हो गया था रूफ्स में, एक नई टेक्नोलॉजी उन्होंने ऐड की थी कि जो बेसिकली क्या होता है, मैं टेक्नोलॉजीज में बता देता हूँ कि रूफ्स में एक ऐसा फिलर मटेरियल डालना था जिससे कि रूफ्स में जो सीपेज होता है वो नहीं होगा। तो लाइक दिस वाज इम्प्लीमेंटेड इन विंध्याचल, सिमिलरली इन कुमाऊं, एंड देन इन ज्वालामुखी। सो दिस वाज हैपेंड ड्यूरिंग द समर, like a whole washroom, like basically it was happening in the washroom area जहाँ पे पानी काफ़ी क्लॉट हो जाता है, तो वहाँ पे तो that was like major action taken by Infra, and I was like looking into the tender and dealing with the like assistant engineers and that. So the problem was solved in major of the hostels, and now also I got some of the problems like the similar like seepage and that. So for that we'll be releasing more tenders to the new ones, so that these issues can be resolved. I had talked with the Infra, and he's ready to increase the tender duration for more than 6 months. So these are like the last year incident was reviewed and solved, like it was solved. So that's like I answered your question, or
या लाइक जहाँ पे भी नीड होती है
हाँ,
वहाँ पे इंस्पेक्शन
हो जाता है और
And
प्रॉब्लम
currently, like we had seen, like I had personally seen in my past 10 years, कि there was some gap between students and infra team. So we are trying to reduce that gap. We are trying कि जितना ज़्यादा interact कर सके infra के department से, जितना ज़्यादा हम infra के related issues उनसे directly discuss कर सकें, apart from taking them in BHM, उतना हम try कर रहे हैं कि हो सके. And I feel that Dean Infra is also supportive, and जहाँ पे भी उन्हें लगता है कि feasible है, and he takes action.
the infra and the team of the whole engineers is also supportive. Like if we go and ask certain discuss about the problem, they have a solution and they implement it also.
Also, like you might be feeling कि यार campus इतना accessible भी नहीं है, तो
हाँ.
उसके regarding भी hostels में भी we are taking certain actions. For example, अब ज्वालामुखी काफी accessible हो चुका है, फिर की ramp भी बन चुकी है, and gender वो washrooms भी accessible बन चुके हैं. So they are taking certain initiatives, but obviously it would take some time.
So this has been seen that some hostels have very big messes and some have very small, which can lead to limiting in variety of dishes, like 2 or 3. So how mess is addressing this issue in terms of kitchen space? For example, like Girnar has very big mess, and so they have uh, certainly about two including 2 desserts daily.
No, that is
No,
not the
that
case.
is not happening.
कहाँ पे मैंने दो जगह
नहीं,
पे shift करना वहाँ पे.
sweets are outsourced, so that is not even कि वो mess में बन रहे, खीर वगैरह कुछ कुछ बनते हैं, but
But
mostly
this is a concern that was raised by
conversation with you from the team, and it was mentioned that certain hostels are very small messes because of which,
hostel is small mess?
again, it was an anonymous firm, so they didn't specify what specific hostel. But this is for either you can clarify that all hostels are equally sized messes. If that's not the case, then what do you do?
मैसेज के साइज से फ़र्क ही नहीं पड़ता है. जो आउटसोर्सिंग का नंबर है वो फिक्स्ड है.
No, I'm not talking about outsourcing, just food in general.
फूड
That
तो
is
लाइक
not affecting the food which is served in the mess. I haven't heard any
like
complaint.
only
which
thing
is
which
related-
can be affected is rates. मेस बिल्स हो सकते हैं तुम्हारे थोड़े हायर एंड पे हो, थोड़े तुम्हारे हो सकते हैं लोअर एंड पे हो जब मैसेज बड़ी हैं. तो अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट वैरायटी में जो नॉर्मल खाना होता है जो मैसेज में बनता है वो ऑलमोस्ट हर जगह सेम ही बनता है. एंड जो स्वीट्स होती हैं स्नैक्स होती हैं वी हैव लिमिटेड द नंबर, वी हैव अ सर्टेन नंबर कि इससे ज़्यादा नहीं ले सकते हैं. तो वो नंबर इफेक्ट नहीं होता है उससे. रेट्स में ऑब्वियसली थोड़ा फ़र्क आएगा अगर तुम बड़े हॉस्टल में होगे तो जहाँ पे ज़्यादा लोग खाना खा रहे हैं. विच आई अर्लियर मेंशन कि अगर हम जैसे IIT कानपुर वाला मॉडल होता तो शायद हम पेपर मील मॉडल पे भी ऑपरेट कर पाते. बट ऑब्वियसली जो जैसे रिफर है उस हिसाब से थोड़ा अकोमोडेट तो करना पड़ता है. बट इतना भी फ़र्क नहीं आता.
So it could depend on the number of strength जो उस hostel की, not on the size of the kitchen. उससे कुछ मतलब इतना फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
I would like to know like what are the current projects or something initiatives currently are working on majorly.
Okay, so there are a lot of initiatives. So one thing which was mentioned earlier was hostel introduction night. So you might have seen कि अब stick day hostels में नहीं हो रहा है. So पहले ऐसा होता था कि stick day is entirely BHW's event. हम PHM में जो होता था वो hostel में होता था, so we were part of it. But administratively it was controlled by BHW. तो जब वो बंद हुआ तो we thought कि there is a need कि there should be some event जहाँ पे सीनियर जूनियर्स इंटरेक्ट कर सकें या फिर एक फन इवेंट फॉर हॉस्टल जहाँ पे लोगों को हॉस्टल के कल्चर लेगेसी इन सब के बारे में पता चल सके. तो थोड़ा ऐसे हमारा फुली प्लान नहीं था वो इवेंट, बट एक नीड थी तो वी पुश फॉर इट और हमने फिर हॉस्टल इंट्रोडक्शन नाइट करवाई. फर्स्ट टाइम ही हुई है ये जो ऐसे हुआ है कोई इवेंट. एंड राइट नाउ एक और जो हमने इनिशिएटिव लिया था उसके बाद कि वी कॉन्ट्रैक्टेड Rapido, if you had seen on our page. So Rapido is offering 25% off on its bike taxis if they use a certain code, like which is I guess BHMITD 25. So this was also one of the initiative, and there are certain other initiatives which are in phase. For example, we have implemented biometric attendance machine in 6 hostels I guess now, and we are implementing that in other hostels. We are working on BHM app. We are also looking into the other the outlets which are in the campuses. We are introspecting our own messes. We have formed an inspection committee constituting of central admin as well as the hostel admin, and this is the first time this kind of thing is happening, and all the messes have gone and inspection, a thorough inspection जहाँ पे छोटी से छोटी इशू की जैसे जो कोल्ड स्टोरेज है उस पर सामान कौन कौन सा रखा है, वेज नॉन वेज प्रॉपरली डिमार्केटेड है नहीं है कि कहाँ पे रख रहे हैं, कि अब जो पीस हैं वो ढंग से आई थी एक्सपायर्ड तो नहीं है. पूरा प्रोसेस आइडेंटिफाई करने का ताकि एटलीस्ट वी नो कि कहाँ पे इशू आ रहा है. अभी बोल देना कि खाना बहुत ख़राब है बहुत ईजी काम है, बट जब तक हमें पता ही नहीं कि इशू क्या है तब तक हम उसे रिजॉल्व ही नहीं कर सकते हैं.
Yeah, so I think मतलब I would like to थोड़ा सा मुझे संस्कार केस के बारे में बोलना है, so I'll take time.
Current projects, as you have asked, like मेरा मतलब शुरुआत से कंसर्न यही था कि as you know like IIT का infrastructure is expanding, like new buildings are made, Nalanda one, the East Campus, and that all the buildings. So majorly all the maintenance secretary has the were facing the major issue like water काफ़ी ख़त्म हो जाता है रात में, like you have also heard on your groups side से. So इसके लिए basically I had a talk with all the infra persons. So we are requesting for a new Delhi Jal Board connection, so that we could meet the requirements for the water issues. So for that, Associate Infra 3, like he is taking the initiative to request a new Delhi Jal Board connection from Delhi Jal Board. So which will take time. Basically, you getting a new connection from Delhi Jal Board requires a lot of time and like a lot of paper go through, like all the policies and that. So that is a major problem. Basically, water scarcity is like hot topic for the main training session like we are facing. Like we are working on that. So there is a major problem here.
Also, we have taken very small initiatives which you don't see in your daily life, but they are giving a big impact, I feel. For example, paneer. अब like many people have seen कि market में कितना fake पनीर है, सब Reddit पे भी देखा होगा तो कि सब कहते हैं कि मैसेज में fake पनीर मिल रहा है, but they have mandated that messes can only use pegged paneer and only from 3 brands: Amul, Ananda and Mother Dairy. तो ये बहुत छोटा इनिशिएटिव है, बट इसका इम्पैक्ट आई फील काफी बड़ा हो सकता है. एंड वी आर आल्सो नाउ इम्प्लीमेंटिंग दिस फॉर ऑल द नाइट मैसेज कि उन्हें भी पैक्ड पनीर यूज करना है. आई नो कि सब जगह यूज नहीं हो रहा है, बट वी हैव मैंडेटेड देम एंड वी वुड लाइक कि अगर स्टूडेंट साइड ही रिपोर्ट करे हमारे को या फिर एडमिन को कि ऐसे नहीं हो रहा है, तो वी कैन टेक एक्शन ऑन दैट. We have also made master menu, which we have earlier specified. So these are small initiatives which we are taking to make our messages, our night messages, our infra better for our day-to-day life.
I also read in SOPs like there was food testing would be conducted for night mess food. So what's the status of that testing?
Okay, so
So we have just approved one committee being made for inspecting the night messes. So a proper list of things will be provided in that list that committee will involve a lot of fields. Few of them will be from admin, few from hostels, and few from BHM core team. So they could inspect the night messes anytime, and they can check if all the process from like hygiene, cleanliness, if they are maintaining that rate list which has been provided to them. Is there even is their behavior up to the mark, like nothing like being rude with any of the student. So a lot of things will be assessed and a report will be given to the admin to take appropriate actions. And suppose if there are repeated complaints about a night mess worker, or suppose a night mess, so the admin could have a power to does have a power to suspend them from some time. They will start with a warning, but they have the power to suspend that night mess for like some time, or like they can ban them from campus. So yes, there are two parts of it. First, the committees which go and inspect and see are the processes being followed the way they should be, and the second one is are the residents who eat there and who could give the honest feedback of things they see there. So on the basis of these two things, we can take appropriate actions on them.
also I would like to request if students raise this issue through official means, so that gives us some power, like gives admin some power to take some action against these vendors. If you just say कि quality खराब है, तो उससे obviously anyone can't take action. We don't have any proof कि क्या हो रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है.
No action could be taken without a proper complaint. So it is very important that if you find something inappropriate in campus, it is
You
important
just
to
take a picture and just mail it to the admin or to us. You must be having our email IDs. So we can raise this issue to admin.
So it is also notified to all the night messes to provide proper packed paneer in their night messes. So we just need to notify them. After that, we can, like, you residents can anytime go and ask that show us the paneer which you are using. Like, this is like, if you are part of house working committee, you have that power with you.
And if you are even not part of HWC, you can click a picture and share it with us.
Yeah.
Even if you see, for example, you see an insect inside your mess or your night mess, you just click a picture and share it with us. We'll take action. And currently, I feel ADHM has been also like really active. If you had seen कि कुमाऊं में incident हुआ था और भी एक दो hostel में incident हुए थे, तो ADHM personally visited those hostels even on weekends. Like Saturday को हुआ था कुमाऊं का incident, तो ADHM सर वहाँ पे खुद गए थे and he talked with the workers जो वहाँ पे हुए थे, and he's planning certain initiatives for that as well. कि अगर if we can take some actions so that these things don't repeat in the future.
So yes, as you all know कि संस्कार इंसिडेंट हुआ था, एंड उसके बाद मतलब काफ़ी है वो खो गया था थोड़ा में कैंपस में. सो इवन टू एड्रेस दैट, इफ़ यू सी कि जो भी वेंडर था जिसने उस दिन आइटम्स प्रोवाइड किए थे वो उनको बैन कर दिया था. ऑल दीज इनिशिएटिव्स वर टेकन बाय द ADHM हिमसेल्फ. सो ही वॉज बैन फ्रॉम दैट. फिर जो मेस इंस्पेक्शन का था, it was also initiated by him that all the messes will be inspected and a proper report will be submitted to the admin to see what actions could be taken in that mess. फिर packed paneer was one of the initiative. Then I guess outsourcing wale maybe like as he mentioned from the last 2 days, so 3 days continuous we had meeting on outsourcing. So we proposed the models there कि outsourcing अभी बंद है. So what is a good way of restarting it? Like we do not repeat those mistakes which we have committed before. So a proper models were made which could be run parallelly just to ensure that if one model fails, the other could be used and outsourcing could be done in a healthy way.
Sometimes I think BHM is all about जो चीजें फट रही हैं उनको कंट्रोल करना. Yeah. I was saying कि sometimes I feel कि BHM में न्यू इनिशिएटिव से ज़्यादा लेना से ज़्यादा है कि तुम्हें जितनी चीज़ें फट रही है ना, अब कहीं पे एक छोटा सा कीड़ा निकल आया तो वहाँ से चीज़ें फटनी शुरू हो जाती हैं, या इंफ्रा में और जैसे यू सेड कि छत गिर गई थी, तो बहुत चीज़ें फट रही हैं हमारे कैंपस ऐसे पे, तो उनको कंट्रोल करने में ही काफ़ी टाइम जाता है. उसके अलावा लाइक जितना भी टाइम हम होता है वी टेक न्यू इनिशिएटिव, वी ट्राई टू टेक न्यू इनिशिएटिव, जैसे ऐप हो गई या फिर अटेंडेंस बायोमेट्रिक अटेंडेंस मशीन हो गई या फिर जो रैपिडो से हमने अभी कांटेक्ट करा था. तो दीज आर सम ऑफ द इनिशिएटिव्स व्हिच वी टेक पैरेलली अलोंग विद आवर वर्क.
And the team is like really good and active. Like something we want to do, we just text them. Like we want someone to volunteer, and there are people who volunteer like on their own. We do not even need to push them. So people are motivated. Reps are motivated. We try to include the reps because they are the only POCs of second year. So we try to include them. We mess sekis, men seki, even the house sekis try to volunteer. So yes, we try to solve a lot of problems. There are a lot of problems, and meanwhile, we also do a lot of initiatives and think of like future projects we can take.
Like some of the Messekis were involved in a project in which we were ourselves contacting some good vendors which we can onboard for outsourced items.
Like the branded shops, Peach, Bikale wala. So that was also something we were exploring.
Don't mention
अच्छा,
again.
To wrap up, anything you want to say, the closing thoughts or anything you want to say?
यार मतलब अपना कैंपस है, इफ यू सी, मुझे लगता है अकाउंटेबिलिटी तो सबकी है जब यहाँ पर रह रहे, अपना मतलब घर है 4 साल के लिए ये, तो कुछ भी होता है वी आर ऑलवेज हेयर टू हेल्प आउट टू मेक द प्रोसेस फीजिबल. जब कुछ फटता है तो हम जेन्युइनली उस जगह पर होते जाते विजिट करते हैं. बहुत सारी चीज़ें हुई हैं जहाँ पर इंफ्रा की प्रॉब्लम आई है, हार्दिक हैज़ बीन देयर. जब संस्कार वाला केस हुआ था एवरी वन ऑफ अस वॉज देयर, मतलब सीन की क्या अपने एंड से हो सकता है. हम लोग डीन अकेट्स में भी सब लोग सारे सेकी मतलब जी सेक डी जीज बैठे थे जस्ट टू इंश्योर दैट वी आर विद यू इवन इफ वी कैन नॉट सॉल्व एवरी प्रॉब्लम बट वी आर देयर फॉर. सो जी डी जीज आई फील कि we are ready to solve a lot of problems and we are willing to do that, but साथ के साथ we need cooperation of like everyone in मतलब who is a part of this board, and literally everyone is a part of it. So even telling us about the properly telling us about what is happening wrong in your mess could help us think about the ways जहाँ पे वो अगर problem पूरे हर mess में है we can solve that centrally. And like these are few of the things I feel कि could improve if everyone feels ki they all are part of it and we are collectively solving problems rather than just individually.
Plus plus.
So thanks for coming. It was a good session, good interview. We also got to know many things about BHM and in general in college. So I think let's wrap up. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.